What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about if Naughty Dog should make Uncharted 5 next. So I want to talk about their new game, what they could be doing in the future, but I kind of wanted to do it in a couple different videos. So I wanted to try and pitch, if they should do this game, if they should do that game. So this is kind of the first one in that series talking about Uncharted 5. If you guys like this, definitely let me know in the comments by liking this video, all that stuff, and I'll make another one. I kind of want to talk about Jak and Daxter after this, and also just what their brand new game could be, because I think, and what you'll find out in these videos is I don't think it's any of these games. So I kind of just spoiled it right there. Should they make, will they make, however you want to say it, Uncharted 5, Uncharted brand new game, spinoff, whatever, should that be the next game? The answer, in my opinion, is absolutely not. For a couple of reasons. Honestly, for a couple of reasons. On this channel, even a couple days ago, talked about how there's a San Diego team, okay, and it's a team that normally just did motion capture. Now, this has been a rumor or leaks, whatever you want to call it, for a long, long time, that, again, it was a studio that just kind of specialized in motion capture in San Diego, but Sony has basically turned it into a first-party studio where it's instead of, they've bought Insomniac, they bought other studios, but instead of, I'm sure they'll continue buying studios, but they also want to open just brand new ones of their own, and so they've done that with San Diego, changing it from a motion capture studio to basically a brand new studio that can actually make video games. And this studio has been linked to Uncharted for a very, very long time, mainly talking about a third-person action-adventure game, talking about the fact that it's basically been hiring a lot of former Naughty Dog employees. In fact, it just did that again a few days ago. So this seems to be the studio that's going to be doing it. Naughty Dog, now again, I think when this video goes up, I think what people will originally say is, well, like, absolutely not, like, don't touch the story of Uncharted, don't touch the story of Nathan Drake. I mean, there is a lot of that I agree with, okay? In my mind, even before The Last of Us Part 2, I don't want Uncharted touched all that much, especially the story of Nathan Drake. Now, I am all for, and I said this in the video a few days ago, I am all for a brand new Uncharted, okay? I want an Uncharted spinoff. If you want to do an Uncharted 5 with Cassie or with Sam or, something like that, and you want Nate to be a very small cameo, I just don't want it to, I guess my main fear is I just don't want it to ruin Nate's story, that I don't want it to, you got to know when to quit. And Uncharted, for what it's worth, did it perfect, in my opinion. Now say what you want about Neil Druckmann, but they did it perfectly in Uncharted 4. They wrapped it up. They said, you know what? We could make 8 games of Uncharted. We could do the Halo thing. We could keep going, but we got to know when to stop. We can keep one-upping ourselves, but eventually, can we? Like, eventually, will the story or the characters, will this thing get old? Will something backfire on us where maybe we end up hurting Nate? Because I think Nathan Drake's story and what he's gone through and as a character, I think it's a masterpiece. And I think the more you do it, the more you could stumble in the territory of where you mess it up. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with that. And that's ultimately my biggest concern with anybody touching Uncharted, that if you mess up Nathan Drake's story, you really messed up. You really, to quote Angry Joe without quoting him, you would have done messed up, right? So I really think that's a big reason for me. But even Naughty Dog themselves, look, if they made Uncharted, Neil Druckmann, obviously, with the writing, what he's done with The Last of Us Part 2, he took risks. At the same time, Uncharted, maybe one of its biggest weaknesses, it's a franchise that doesn't take risks. In fact, even in Uncharted 4, when the game was coming out, and I think it was actually when the game actually did release. So when the game released, there was a lot of interviews with Neil Druckmann, with the writing team, and they said in there that they made it very clear to each other going into this that this isn't The Last of Us. They're not killing anybody off. Nobody's going to die in this. Everybody is safe. While, obviously, I wouldn't prefer Nathan Drake to just die, and obviously a lot of people have made the joke of, like, Joel to Nate, like, don't let him get shot in the knee with a shotgun. Like, we don't want that. But at the same time, I would prefer risks. Like, if they killed off Sam at the end, that would have been bold. Honestly, if they killed Sully off at the end of 3 when they did, but they took it back, I would have been completely fine with that, because I think that would have been such a powerful thing. And so that is kind of what sucks about Uncharted, is that it is a little safe. Basically, the argument I'm making here is Naughty Dog could, because it is such a different kind of game where I don't really know if you have to be afraid of what Neil Druckmann could do. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to play with a different set of rules in an Uncharted game versus The Last of Us. Now, the pro-female and the very anti-male thing, if people want to make that argument, that would still apply to Uncharted. Just because it's a game that maybe that the main characters aren't going to be eliminated, it's still a game that you can put in other SJW stuff, you can put in other anti stuff, you can put in other pro stuff. And again, I mean, it depends on if you like that, if you don't like that. I'm not going to tell you what to like. You buy your game however if you like the game, buy it. If you don't like the game, don't buy it. I'm completely cool no matter where you stand. Honestly, even with Uncharted, if you hate the game for whatever reason, if you like it, completely cool by me, okay? I am not going to attack you for having a freedom of speech, okay? But when it comes to what Naughty Dog could do next, I just don't think they're going to go back to Uncharted. I feel like it's going to go in a completely new direction. I think obviously Last of Us Part 3 would be the next thing, but now I guess you could say Last of Us Part 3 is the next Neil Druckmann game. The question we're thinking about is what's the next game from Naughty Dog in general, because that's a game that the other team is, where the Lost Legacy team, that I will say some of them, actually a lot of them, did help with the Last of Us Part 2, but at the same time, they are making their own game on the side. So we'll have to see and that's ultimately the game I'm talking about. Do they, because they did Lost Legacy. In fact, they kind of headed the entire thing up. Do they decide, okay, we can handle an Uncharted? And to their credit, by the way, what you do with remakes, what you do with remasters, a lot of times you have this company that does this on this game, and you say, okay, well, they did it. They kind of know the franchise better than anybody at this point, right? So do we give them a chance to, the remake did well, the remaster did well, now let's just put let's put a stamp on a brand new game, and let's have them do a brand new game. To that credit, or to that point, the other team at Naughty Dog, the one that made Lost Legacy, I mean, they did do it. They know how to do it. The Lost Legacy was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I would have no doubt that if they made an Uncharted game, it would be fine. It wouldn't be the greatest game ever. It wouldn't be the greatest Uncharted game ever. They can prove me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong, but I wouldn't think that. But it would not be bad. It wouldn't even be average. It would actually be a really, really solid game. So, in my opinion, again, Last of Us Part 2, the story and stuff aside, I think we're always going to get, especially graphically, pushing the medium forward, pushing the how much the PlayStation consoles can handle. We're always going to see a super amazing product from Naughty Dog. Now, again, the rest of it is definitely up for grabs for sure, if it's going to happen or if it's not going to happen. But I really don't think Uncharted spinoff, I really don't think Uncharted 5. My biggest argument, again, is I really think the San Diego team, whatever that San Diego studio, I think they're the ones making a brand new Uncharted. I think with Uncharted 4, Naughty Dog's done. They put the stamp on it. It makes me sad, and I honestly do get emotional, or I do understand it, like when Neil Druckmann posts, or anybody really there, but when they post the thing of like, hey, it's Uncharted blank, Uncharted 2, 3, 4's, whatever year anniversary, and Neil Druckmann has said numerous times, like, I really miss these characters. And again, say what you want about what he did with Uncharted 4, say what you want about what he did with The Last of Us Part 2, but I mean, it's not like he just joined with Uncharted 4 and he destroyed the franchise. Firstly, I don't think he did that. Secondly, he's been there since Uncharted 2, I believe. He was there. Actually, I'm not sure if he was there in Uncharted 1, but I know he was there for Uncharted 2. So let's say at least Uncharted 2. It's not like he was a newbie, right, that just came in and ruined the franchise, if you believe that, right? So, I do believe him when he said that, he's sad, he misses these characters, he wishes he could, pick it up again and like keep going. I think he means that. I think he probably would like to do that, but as I've said in the past, as a game developer, it's a dream come true being able to make these products and having the world experience them. But at the same time, you only are so young. You only have so many years. Games take so many years to make. You're not going to be able to make every single game you ever want to do. So if they want to make a brand new franchise, they want to make The Last of Us 3, they want to make Uncharted. I mean, those 3 games right there, that could take 12 years probably combined to make the 3 of them. And that's just those 3. Then what do they want to do? You know what I mean? And then, already you're 10 years older, you're 12 years older, the company is older. Who knows where the gaming industry is at that point? Who knows where anything is at that point? You know what I mean? So it is tough. You can't have everything. That's ultimately why just make another studio and have them do it, and that's what seems to be happening. If Naughty Dog were to pick up Uncharted again, I don't think I would say, dang it, like oh my god, they're going to ruin it. I think I'd be concerned. I would definitely talk about it, I'd make videos about it, but I don't think I would be protesting. I don't think I'd be on the street saying like, this cannot happen. I think I would give them a chance. And at the same time, though, out of all of it, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, brand new game, I think Uncharted is the least likely thing to happen from Naughty Dog, if for no other reason than, again, I think another team is doing it. Now, again, are they going to be able to do it well? Well, the jury's still out on that, right? We're going to have to see at the end of the day about that one. But I think that Naughty Dog has moved on. I think with Uncharted 4, they put their stamp on it. They said, this is the end. And even if you bring back Nate, one thing you can say is Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? Like if 3 Uncharted's down the line from now, we say, man, they really should have left it done. Like they ruined it. They extended it past its life and they made all these mistakes. At least what we could say is, well, least Naughty Dog knew when to put it down. Sony didn't, Nathan Drake did, you know what I mean? Like those kind of things happen, but at least Naughty Dog knew when to quit. And I think they're going to, I really do, I think they're going to stick with that. Maybe one day, maybe like 10, 15 years down the line with Naughty Dog return, but at that point, it'll probably be a brand new team. It's not going to be the people that worked on the original games, right? So we'll have to see what happens. I do not think their next game is Uncharted, though. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think their next game is Uncharted? Do you think it's Jak and Daxter? Do you think it's a brand new game? Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to see those other kinds of videos. I do want to talk about the potential for Jak and Daxter. I do want to talk about what their game actually, again, in my opinion, what it actually will be. So we'll definitely, I'll be trying to make those videos down the line. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And also, to promote our Discord really fast, the link for that will be in the description below. If you guys have not yet joined, it's a really great community, a lot of PlayStation fans over there as well. So if you guys have not yet joined, again, it'll be in a link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.